It's the builder, and it's time to build minds with minds like mine.
Welcome to W.I.L.L Wednesdays. It doesn't have anything to do with the day of the week, but it has everything to do with what you think, feel, and speak.
It's the builder.
So without further ado, let's welcome to the stage the builder, Dr. Cori G. Briggs.
What's going on, Coach T? How you feeling, sir?
Man, I am unstoppable. How are you today, Cori?
Man, listen, I'm phenomenal, man. Just the fact that I'm here with you all, being able to share this opportunity, I couldn't be better. Like you said, man, just truly focusing on being unstoppable so that we can help any and every individual that can hear us, see us, learn how to make every single second count, man.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you for the opportunity that you are going to give us today to hear from you, to hear how we can continue to build during these chaotic times so that we can get up and make a difference for not only the lives of ourselves, but our families and our communities. So without further ado, you've got the stage. It's Dr. Cori G. Briggs on the Get Up 20 conference.
I want to thank Anthony and the team at Work Home from Network TV. If you haven't seen that platform before, make sure you reach out, contact someone today during the conference or even after the conference. I also want to acknowledge Coach T holding it down as he always does. And my man, Jeff Markinet Jr. I mean, listen, at a time when a lot of people are finding a way to hide or run away from things, he said, look, we got to face this thing head on and really show people how they can get up and take things to another level to make every second count. And I also want to give my man another salute for him recently winning that Susan Maxine Gibson Golden Microphone Award. That is no small feat. So, Jeff, continue to keep doing the things that you're doing to impact others, man, and change the world. One thing that I can tell you that has been in sync with everybody that has spoken before me is this thing called mindset. Coach T talked about this quarantine mindset. I'm pretty sure a lot of you all have begun to do some things that you hadn't been doing before you were on lockdown, because now you're forced to do it. Don't let those things fall to the wayside. And then my man Greg said, listen, but I had to write it down. Greg said, don't put your dreams on quarantine. Don't put your dreams on quarantine. It's like when you were a small child, you thought you could be anything, could do anything, and be anybody. It's scientific studies that show when people take on a persona of a superhero, they tend to do more in their life because it's not them actually doing it. Catch that. Catch what I said. All of us at some point need to create an alter ego to help push us to be what it is we want to be in life, because that little girl and that little boy deep inside of you, it still lives. But you have a choice, like Dr. Kozachuk said, to let that little girl or that little boy remain silent or allow them to speak out. So listen, it's time to build minds with minds like mine. So we're going to jump right on into it, because today we're going to talk about how can you get up. I get it. You're usually prepared, yet this time is unusually peculiar. It's an unprecedented epidemic. It's a unleashed propaganda going on in this world right now. Time after time again, when you plug into the news, or as Greg said, to tell live vision, you're allowing something else to program yourself with sometimes things that aren't completely true. Yeah, you definitely need to be safe, and you definitely need to be careful, but also be careful of what it is you do take in consciously and even subconsciously. I know right now you're used to playing. We all deserve a break. But right now, while you're under pressure, it's time to do something unprecedented. It's time to do something that's unpopular, and that's get up. So like Coach T said, note takers are money makers, but I'm going to tell you, the hand is the digital recorder for the brain. So make sure you're picking up what's getting put down. They say success leaves clues, and indeed it does, but you got to be willing to pick those clues up. So what I want to share with you is something from none other than Napoleon Hill. Okay, Napoleon Hill had two bestsellers. One was Law of Success and the other was Think and Grow Rich. Now, these things were written in the 20s and the 30s. But when you start talking about powerful principles, they last the test of time. Because again, like I said, success leaves clues. These clues he wrote in the 20s and 30s. But are you willing to pick them up? I love this debate between is a motivational speaker worthwhile? If you hurt your foot, what doctor are you going to go see? The podiatrist? If you're having type of issues with your lungs, you're going to go see a pulmonologist. You're going to go see a specialist. Yes, I get it. Motivation isn't for everyone because there's a difference between motivation and inspiration. And Greg said motivation and impact. But that inspiration, it comes from inside. Sometimes you have to hear the right voice to be able to tap into that inspiration. So while you get your pen out, I want to share with you 7 principles that came from the Law of Success and Think and Grow Rich. There's far many more principles there, but I want to encourage you. If you haven't got those books, add them to your library. They say the average American reads 1 book a year, but the average CEO reads 5 books a month. I'll let you do the math. But I want to share with you these 7 principles, okay? The first thing I'm going to say before we jump into those 7 principles, it all starts with vision. I go back to talking about when we were small children and we put so much energy into our imagination. We wanted to pretend. We wanted to play. But right now, we're still those small children. We just got longer legs. It hasn't changed. So if that dream hasn't changed, maybe the path towards it has. But if that dream hasn't changed, keep going. And remember, it's your vision. It's not for someone else to see because God gave it to you. It's your vision. So let's jump into those 7 principles. The first one is definitive purpose. Okay, Pablo Picasso said the meaning of life is to find your purpose. But then you got to understand, you got to be able to give it away because that's the gift that God placed into you. So when you have definitive purpose, you understand the what, the why, and then you start to step into the process of how to bring that purpose to fruition. Number 2, get involved with a mastermind alliance. It is so powerful. There's scientific studies that show proof when you start to work with 1 or 2 or even 3 other individuals and you all have a like-mindedness, powerful things can happen. You also put yourself in a situation where people can give you feedback on that which is your purpose and your goal and help you improve upon it. So number 2, that mastermind alliance. Number 3 is faith. Faith. And I'm not talking about just religious or spiritually. I'm talking about applied faith. Really understanding how to double down on faith. You're driven, being driven by your attitude and self-confidence and just your overall state of mind. It goes back to mindset, what we've been talking about all afternoon. Man, I'm fired up and excited about this. Number 4, going the extra mile. Understand there's a law of compensation because whatever you put into the sowing season will determine what you get in the harvest season. Now, let's be clear. They don't happen at the same time. So stop getting so frustrated when because you sowed a seed and it didn't just sprout a large crop the next day. Don't quit. Don't give up. It's just time for you to continue to keep going. Even a great farmer, when they cast seed out into a field, they compensate for a small portion of that. That's not going to yield any return. They just do. It's a fact. But the fact of the matter is you don't stop sowing. You sow enough, you harvest enough. You sow plenty, you harvest plenty. It's the law of compensation. Number 5, a positive mental attitude. It's no doubt about it. There can be no challenge too big. There can be no challenge too large. Your dreams must be bigger than the challenge. I'm going to say that again. A positive mental attitude and your dreams must be bigger than the challenge. Because when your dreams exceed the challenge, there is no challenge too great to bring your purpose to fruition. Number 6, just a little bit of enthusiasm. I'm not enthusiastic at all. Just a little bit of enthusiasm. See, this is the key because see, your enthusiasm, it ties into the faith principle. They go hand in hand. Hey. But I'm telling you, with enthusiasm, it can bring you through anything. Now watch this. As I said earlier, it's your vision. It was given to you Stop waiting for someone else to be enthusiastic about your vision. You be enthusiastic. Allow your enthusiasm and your positivity about what your purpose is to be infectious. I guarantee you they'll catch it quicker than the world has caught this coronavirus. Trust me. Number 7, and the last principle that I want to share with you today is self-discipline. Control your thoughts. One's ability to control your thoughts allows you then to control your needs and control your desires. It doesn't mean that you won't ever have any negative thoughts. It doesn't mean that you won't ever get frustrated. It doesn't mean that you ever won't get upset. Just be able to put those thoughts in their proper perspective, because it's just a lump in the process. Listen, you're going to either win or you're going to learn. You can never lose. Just remove the L, and then you can see that you can earn. Again, I'm going to say that again. You can either win or learn, but you can never lose. And when you remove the L, all you can do is earn. So like we said from the outset, get up, get up. Understand you are untouched property. You have an unchallenged place in this world. You have a unique purpose. And each of you all listening and watching right now, even watching the recording of this broadcast, you have unlimited potential. So it's time to do something unprecedented. And I challenge you, be great on purpose. And if you will, I will, we will. Let's build. You can find me every Wednesday, either on Facebook or YouTube and even Instagram for W.I.L.L Wednesdays. What does W.I.L.L stand for? It stands for Why I Live Life. It doesn't have anything to do with the day of the week, just what I think, feel, and speak. Wednesdays, W-I-N-S days, because we all have the ability to win every day. Let's build.
It's the builder, and it's time to build minds with minds like mine.
Welcome to W.I.L.L Wednesdays. It doesn't have anything to do with the day of the week, but it has everything to do with what you think, feel, and speak.